love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship Rhetoric. Greetings and welcome to Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, Unapologetically Angela, and today we have one of the most colorful couples is what I'm going to call them because I am so outdone with this space that I'm in right now. Corry and Jeremy. Thank you so much for being on the show, guys.
Thank you for considering.
Thank you for doing it, Jeremy. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Thank you for doing it, baby. I appreciate it.
Should have talked about it. Didn't have a choice.
Nah,
I'm just playing.
This is going to be such a fun ending. They just give it freely. So I don't even have to ask. So I'm going to let them handle it. But what I want to talk about first is, where did you two meet?
Well, he says we met once before. I don't remember. But clearly, apparently we were out. And I complimented him on something he had on, and then I just disappeared. And I don't know. I guess he found me later after that. But what I remember,
In the same setting?
Well, kind of, sort of. But it was weird because we were out, and I thought he was talking to one of my friends, and so I noticed him, but I don't overstep boundaries. But then I found out later that they didn't have anything going, and he reached out to me, and so it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we met, I had just gotten out of a relationship, so like I told you, I'm a little antisocial, so I just stay in the house. If my friends invite me, I might go out. But I knew most of his friends before I knew him, and they invited me out that night, so I was bored. I just went on and drove through, and everybody was in the parking lot laughing and tripping and whatnot. And I was talking to one of his friends, and he said something. And I was like, oh, all right. Then I needed a barber. I found out he was a barber. I was like, all right. Came up here. The conversation was great. And like one of our first dates was a lunch date. So, yeah. And it just went on from there.
So you said he complimented what you had on. What did you have on?
I
Do you
don't
remember?
even think I had on anything special. I do not think I had on anything special. I don't know.
It was
What did I have on since you complimented it?
You said it was a yellow.
Oh, that Express.
Yeah.
It was probably the Express sweater
I like
that I still
yellow.
have.
I love this sweater. I compliment you. You have good color choices.
He bought it.
Aww.
He bought
Love that. Love that. Okay. So, after you all dated for a while, when did you know, okay, well, I could hang out a little more. I could do a little more than this.
Well, for me, the first date we went on, it was really kind of more so of a hangout. I had just gotten out of a relationship too, and I don't know, we would meet up for lunch and just kind of talk about things and compare our relationships, and then after a while I just started noticing I wanted him around all the time, so it was like more
come
texts,
over to
like,
take
hey,
a
what
nap.
you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Come
Like,
over
come over
here.
to-
Hey,
Yeah,
what
just
you
come over
doing?
and
Let's
take a
go
nap
have
before I go to
lunch.
work.
Hey, what you doing? Come go to this party with me. And I'm like, oh, I'm starting to like him.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I could tell because of the conversations we were having at our lunch dates. Because I'd never been one to lunch date anyway. Like at first we were just, like you said, we were just hanging out, and then it was like, yep, think I like him. He got a name. Because most people, like when we meet, when I'm talking to my friends, they just have a nickname like Country Boo or something like that. Nope, he had a name.
Oh,
He had a
okay.
name. And like we would just come over and sleep. Nothing sexual for months. Just kick it. And then like he's the type, when we met, oh my goodness, he would be doing hair all night to like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And I take pride in making him sit down. Yeah, cut off time. Come, it's time to sit down, time to eat, go to sleep. So yeah.
That's nice.
I appreciate that.
That's nice. Okay, so individually, prior to, both of you said that you were coming out of a relationship. So where was your mind space prior to meeting him and making that connection?
It was, I'm done dating. I don't want to be in any more relationships. I was, we joke about it all the time. You call it something different than I do, but he says, he uses the term sludding it up.
Oh, yes.
We were kind of,
Good days.
well, I was kind of sowing my royal oats, if you will.
Okay.
And I don't know, it took maybe about 2 to 3 months, and then I was tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came at like the perfect time. And still, when he came, I still did not want to be in a relationship. We were just kicking it. Like he said, there was nothing sexual. He was just somebody I could just kind of relate to, because I feel like we were both bitter at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we just kind of like to talk it out. But yeah, it was completely unexpected. I remember when I knew I liked him, we were riding in the car and his phone rang, and I was driving and he answered his phone. And I made a joke after it, but I was serious. I told him, I said, you tell all your side chicks, your main bitches with you now. Tell them don't call when I'm with you. And we joked about it, but yeah, I was serious.
It was clearly serious.
Okay, Jeremy, where was your head?
But for me, the relationship that I was in prior to this relationship, I don't really want to talk bad about him, because it wasn't a bad relationship. It just should have ended long before it did.
Understood.
So it's just kind of like, all right,
Mine too.
I wasn't really, bitter. I know, and one thing that I pride myself on is I don't really bring past relationships into current relationship. Like, even if there's an issue, I won't start another relationship until I've already dealt with it. Like, I'm not going to forget what happened, and I have already, made note to watch out for this and watch out for that. But I didn't bring that into this. And just like he said, he wasn't expecting it. I wasn't even slutting it up at the time, because I was just trying to get me together, because I was staying with my parents. Oh, my goodness. I was saying, it was just a real rough time. So the things outside of the relationship is what was putting more stress on me than that relationship.
Gotcha.
So I appreciate the relationship because it got me here.
Right.
And I appreciate him because he's been helping me through everything that I was going through in that time up until this moment in time right now, because it's always something going on.
Absolutely.
Like right when you get on your feet, something else happens.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Very nice.
Gets on my nerves, but I love him to death.
That's what I
Love him
mean.
to death.
Wouldn't you be like, why is he not getting on my nerves if he wouldn't get on your nerves?
Yes, and then something happens and he gets on my nerves. And, oh, there it is. There it is.
Right. Okay, so back to you, Jeremy.
Oh.
Share with me the conflict that really had you. The look on your face.
Should
I
I
don't have to
go,
say
like-
anything else.
Recently, or
Yeah, the one that stuck with you that was like, no, he didn't. Or are you serious?
I mean, it's not really just one particular thing. It's just like he has habits that will get on my nerves and just have me ready to just jump out of a window and just keep running until I can't run no more. I don't know. I can't think of anything in particular.
Sure, a habit then. What's his habit? Is
I have to pick my words wisely because y'all leave, but I'm still be here. I'm still be here to suffer the
It's
repercussions.
nothing we haven't talked about before,
Right.
so whatever.
Okay, well, one thing, like today, when he cleans, he gets into like cleaning mode.
That's a Scorpio.
Oh my goodness. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yes.
All right, well, can you do this? And then I do it, and he'll go undo what I did and redo it the way he wanted done. Or he'll try to give you a friendly suggestion. Well, in the future, how about this? I just stay the fuck out the way and you just
And
gonna
let
do
you
it.
clean.
But if I let that happen, now he mad because he walking around cleaning up, doing all this, and I'm just sitting in the bed. I'm just trying to get out the way. So yeah, that happens. That happened right before y'all came here. I had to go outside and smoke my black. I'm like, so you just gonna get on my whole nerves right before we supposed to be going on camera talking about our relationship. Then I'm like, see, I'm smoking this black. I'm gonna take this back in my room. You're like, oh, it smell like smoke.
Oh. That's a
Mother.
Scorpio.
It's true.
Mother.
That cleanliness and cleaning is OCD.
His
That's
last
all right,
his
though.
last roommate called him a cleaning Nazi.
Dang.
It's true.
He can't help it. I know he can't help it. That's why I just ignored it.
Find your space.
In the beginning, it was an issue, but I just get out the way.
Nice.
So Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say.
Why I gotta be the wife?
I mean, it's just that you the queen. I mean, that's all.
See.
No gender roles.
Okay, so does Jeremy have a habit that pushes your buttons?
Pick your words. Pick your words. Pick them.
Yeah, I'm doing like you said. I'm picking my words.
I'm just playing. You can go there. I ain't worried about it.
It's nothing bad, nothing I can't deal with, of course, because I'm still here. But I have to get on him a lot of times about his attitude. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. He says it's me, and I'm overly dramatic, but he he kind of tends to over exaggerate things, or things to him seem to be like a lot worse than what they really are. I try to stay calm all the time, but I don't know, when you're dating a Leo, you kind of have to go there, because with them it's just like,
I'm passionate about what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they ready to just go on and bump heads, and I don't operate like that. Like, when something happens, I have to take a minute, think about it, kind of reflect, calm down. Then I can come back and talk about it. If it's anything that needs to be talked about, shoot, if you give me a few minutes, I can go away and come back, and it'll be like it never even happened. But
we had to work through it. We like really had to like accept that he just has to walk away, because for me, I'm not afraid of confrontation. Not saying I'm confrontational, but I'm not gonna run away from it. Like, if something happens, I like to address it in the moment.
Right
Let's
then.
go ahead and address it,
and it's
so we can get over it.
And it's not like, let's just address it. It's just like,
no,
let's go there.
I already told you. I can say it 10 times, and he'll ignore it, or he'll go on like ain't nothing happened. And then when I finally go off, oh, see, that's why I can't talk to you. That's all you want to do. Is all you do is go off.
But what I'm saying is, you don't notice it, but you don't. It's not a progressive thing. You go from like 0 to 60.
So all 10 times he's saying it to you,
it's already here.
Because in my
I'm just like, every time you go here with me, it just kind of shuts me off, because I'm just like, first of all, let's not do this. If we're going to talk about it, let's just talk about it. When we can talk about it, let's not have a yelling match, because if you yell at me, then I'm going to yell at you, and then you used to do this a lot. You don't do it anymore, but you say things that you used to say things that were, kind of hurtful.
I go there.
And so I had to just, in my head, like, he didn't mean it. He was just upset. And so, we've gotten it down to a science now. If we get upset,
go sleep in your room, I go sleep in my
Give
room.
me a
I go
minute.
kick it with my folks, and then I come back. He'll talk. How I always say this, he'll talk to me when he feel like being nice. It's just that simple. Like I said, I like to confront it right then. That way, I rather, like, in my mind, is confront it now and be mad for an hour, or shut down and not talk for 4 days. I would much rather just go on and go off and be mad for that little time, and then ask you what you want to eat in the hour. That's just me. But I have to understand that everybody don't function like me, and I do know that when I go off, because sometimes I don't even have no control over it. So I try to be quiet, but leg get to shaking, and then it's just whoop.
Literally.
Like whoop.
Leg get to shaking. And then he does this thing with his lips. It's like,
Please.
I can always tell when he's mad. Their leg get to shaking, and
I'm talking about my legs shaking. My legs started shaking. Wow. And that's the issue. I get passionate about whatever I'm talking about. It could be something happy, and I'll be tickled. I could talk about something sad and get low. I could talk about being mad, and you would think I'm ready to fight you.
Absolutely.
But
he lives in the moment. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago. When he talks about it, however he felt then, it comes back to that moment. Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you all been together?
3 years now.
3 years.
3 years. Nice.
Which is forever in
You sure know
yeah
what to say.
years. That's what they like to
Yeah,
say.
let's forget.
Oh,
Forever
yeah.
in most.
It's over with. I'm stuck. I ain't going nowhere.
Aw.
It's over. So, I'm good where I'm at. But the big thing he had to get up was the age difference. Was I not supposed to bring that up?
Yes.
I was gonna bring it up.
By the time I liked him,
I'm like, we just at a party. You how old? I was like, how did you not know this?
so we're 8 years apart.
Okay.
And I didn't know. My cousin was riding in the car with me after all of us were hanging out, and she was like, "How old is Jeremy?" And I said, "Well, he's maybe about 28."
Mind you, this was 3 years
She
ago.
says, "No."
Because she knew.
I said, "Yeah, he's like 28." I'm like, "How you gonna tell me?" She like, "No." She said, "I think he like 23, if he did." So I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So then when I got back around him, I
At that
said,
party advance.
I said, "So Monique seems to think you about 23," and he goes, "Yeah, I thought you knew that." And I'm like,
oh, that's how you just saw them over there in the corner. Oh my god! I'm like, all right. So should I be like starting the car to go home?
What's happening?
I don't care because I prefer to talk to men older than me because I'm not gonna say it's just like the gay world, but nobody my age is like
Understood.
where I am here. Like even my friends are there. But it's so rare to find somebody my age that's ready to just be in a relationship. Not saying let's
In a
go
real
get
one.
married and move out of the state, but I don't know. I don't have time for games. I don't like
Understood.
games because as I was just explaining, I go off. I don't want to go off,
"Yeah."
but you know.
And we had to have a talk when I found it out, like to move forward. I told him, I'm like, "Okay, I'm in my 30s now.
Oh,
I'm
man.
looking for something lasting, and I know you're still young, and y'all do y'all's thing, and so it's like if that's what you want to do, just go ahead and tell me so
And that's how
I can
just gonna
have
let me know.
myself in the right mental space
If
to
you
deal
just gonna
with it."
be
That
a
doesn't even
booty
mean
call,
we
You just
don't
gonna
have
be
to
a booty
talk,
call.
but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a booty call, you just gonna be a booty call. Don't think you getting bumped up because this is where we are. But I think it's because I'm turning 27. My parents have been married for 28 years, but I think they've been together around 29, 30 years. So that's all I know.
Absolutely.
I've seen them get into it and he leave,
Absolutely.
but he come back. So I already know in relationship it's not gonna be great all the time. It's probably gonna be pretty bad to the point where you want to leave. But the big thing is you fix it. You fix it.
Yeah.
You can't just go to the next relationship because what's gonna happen is something's gonna happen and then you're gonna leave that one too. So when are you gonna put in the time?
to fix it.
Yeah, so I had to spend a lot of time convincing him that I'm not just, doing this for the time being.
Yeah. And mine have been divorced since I was maybe like 11. And I didn't know why until well into my adulthood when my mom told me my dad used to cheat on her all the time. And so, yeah, relationships became very, very important to me then.
Absolutely.
So, because she doesn't like to say it, but she's still hurt from a lot of. I feel like she's gonna kill me when she sees this.
She's going
But anyway,
to kill you.
she is still hurt from a lot of relationships that she's had with men in her lifetime, whether it be her husband or her father or even us, her sons. Coming because I have a brother, and he's gay too. So she probably is still dealing with that. So yeah.
Well, that leads me to this question. I don't know. Again, I just met them. But I was sitting there thinking a minute, saying, what would I ask? What do I want to know? So, growing up, young, we always have this, white picket fence. I want $2. I want this. Was this the life that you've always dreamed of where you be connected with another man and be happy and be at peace? Or where was your...
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how people say you're born gay? I don't think that you are born gay, but just like your characteristics develop,
Absolutely.
I feel like that develops as well. Because one of my earliest homosexual memories was like second, third grade. I didn't do anything with a guy until like high school. But as far as getting married, of course, we all just, it's in your brain, get you a wife, have you
Right.
some kids, get
Right.
you a dog in the house,
Right.
everything good. But I don't know, as I started to get older, well, marriage was never in my head because, I see my parents But now that I'm, growing up and I'm meeting people, I'm meeting couples, people don't, marriage isn't what it used to be.
Absolutely.
People dip out all the time and then they make an excuse, well, I have an open relationship. That's not what marriage is. If you can't just get your happiness from this one person, I'm sorry, to each his own. But just for me, no, I'm not, I'm not even going to go into details because I don't want to talk about nobody. But
Okay.
Not in my house.
Okay.
But like I said, after I, accepted the fact that I was gay, because I did battle with it and fight it, because nobody wants to be gay. Nobody just, can't wait to turn 18 and go gay.
Please stop.
Cannot wait for my family to get upset about this one.
Oh my God.
I just think it's so ridiculous that people think it's a choice. How the hell is it a choice? Don't nobody want this? No, nobody. Luckily for me and my family, my Aunt Robin had already took that for me. Family had already done weeped and hollered and oh my God. Mm-hmm. So by the time it came for me to come out, it was kind of understood. They were just waiting on me to tell them anyway. Because when I was younger, I was more feminine because I grew up with my aunt and my cousin.
Gotcha.
And my brother is my baby brother, not even a couple years apart.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my turn. For me, I don't know. It seemed like it was always a bunch of pressure on me. When I was born, I was the first grandchild for my grandmother, and I was the first boy. My grandmother had 4 girls, and so I probably was a little bit spoiled. And yeah, it was just you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be perfect, you got to bring home all A's. If I brought home a B, it was just you could do better though. You concentrate on this. You don't have no girlfriend, I'm your girlfriend. That's what my mama used to say all the time. I had to be the perfect child, and so whenever I would mess up, it was just this really distraught feeling that I would get all the time.
What have you done?
And till this day, it's kind of understood. I came out in a different way than most people did. I don't know. I just kind of got comfortable, and so I just stopped trying to hide stuff. I don't think we ever. I don't think I ever with my family had the whole conversation. I'm gay, sorry y'all, whatever, or whatever you're supposed to say. I just got to...
I only had that conversation with my gay aunt.
I just got to a point where I just didn't care anymore. And so it was just whatever you think is whatever you think, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm just tired of doing what everybody else expects me to do. And so, yeah, here I am. They've all accepted me. Like I said, my mom still kind of has the issue, but everybody else doesn't care. When I come around, like this last Christmas, I went to my family's house, and the first thing that they did when I walked in the door was say, "Hey, where's Jeremy?"
I think we were into it then.
And my aunt knew it. It was so funny when I said, "Oh, he
That's
stayed
right,
at
TT.
home." She said, "Tell him just because y'all into it, that mean he can't come around."
I wasn't invited. Just in case she sees, I wasn't invited. I just came home and he wasn't here.
He was.
Lies.
Open invitation. Y'all told him that.
Whatever.
I can't keep him from coming.
It was my nephew's birthday. I went to what was that main event? Oh, where's Corry? I don't know. He's somewhere with his family. I don't know.
Okay. Most memorable day.
You can have that one. I know we go on a lot of dates. That's why I can't think of one.
For me, it was one of our first ones. We still have pictures.
Oh,
you came over.
The night I don't remember.
Yes. He came over. And I was getting ready to go to this party, right up the street. It was this woman who's a police officer. She was having her birthday party, and she kind of does it big every year, or whenever she does it. And so he drove. We were drinking before we left. And like I said, especially back then, he really didn't drink that much. And so by the time we got there, he was gone.
I remember going in. Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's a lot of people. Let me get a drink. Went got a vodka cranberry, $16 for a vodka cranberry. I was like, all right. Drank that. Don't remember most of the night. I remember I was dancing on the wall. After that, I don't know.
I had to drive home. He, I'm gonna tell him.
Go.
He likes to when he gets drunk. He kind of
Lady
becomes
libations.
more feminine. So yeah, he calls liquor his lady libations. And so we had to, when we got in his car, I had to drive, and he was just like, oh. He kicked his shoes off. He had his feet all up on the dash. Oh, baby. Oh. And so that was my most memorable day. Because I don't know, I was just laughing.
I don't know. That one on the Peabody, the rooftop, that one was a good one too.
Oh.
My ass outside in my drawers, and they were little drawers too. They weren't even boxers.
Please.
It was me, him, and my cousin. We went to the rooftop party. We were trying to make it a thing, but it's so packed up there. Went there, totally wasted. Got totally wasted. I don't remember a piece of that night. I was there for most of it, but we got home. Yep, I almost raped him right in front of my cousin. He just laying in the bed. She was like, "Oh my God."
He was just walking around saying, "Penis."
Oh, wait a minute.
Penis.
I'm glad you don't drink.
Or if I drink, I'm in somebody's house, or I'm not going anywhere.
Staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or I gotta be surrounded by people who are not gonna let me act up.
Exactly.
Tequila, don't drink that no more. Act up on tequila.
Exactly.
Act up on tequila.
Wow. Well, time brings about a change.
At least you know now.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so last question, guys. Give me the name of a song or book that would describe you all in these past 3 years.
Something involving a roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster.
That sounds like a good one. No, that one low. Is it somebody at the door?
Yeah, it is.
Somebody at the door.
They're gonna have to wait.
Leave a note. A song. I'm trying to be more specific. I don't know. What is it? I can't even think of his name. I know I'd rather be with you. Cause whenever I'm out, I try not like, especially if he's out, I won't like over text him.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm out, yeah, we text a lot. Cause like when I'm out, I just would rather be at home. But I have to make myself be more social.
Gotcha.
And have to make myself go out because people starting to think that he makes me stay at home. Like even friends that I didn't initially like hang out with like that, think that he's making me say, no, I just stay at home because I don't like being around people, and it's easy to get in trouble.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna let them go get the door. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being on the show. And your notion, don't apologize. We're in your house. We're in their house. But our notion for today is there's nothing more artistic than falling in love with someone creative. This has been Relationship Rhetoric. Peace, love, and enlightenment.
Love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship